Well, if you saw my Royal Rumble review last night, I said on my review that I thought the WWE was getting bland and predictable, and that the Royal Rumble pay-per-view was kind of a disappointment. I thought it would be more big surprises than I thought besides Return of Jericho, including a return I thought was going to happen last night. Well, we did have a return tonight that I thought was going to be last night, plus Return of Jericho. But my overall thoughts on Raw, this is of course my Raw reviews. I can tag here my Raw review for the night, January 28th, 2013, the aftermath of the Royal Rumble, and the Raw Roulette tonight. First hour was okay, second hour, shit. A lot of shitty segments happened throughout the evening, especially during the second hour. There were some good things, especially a beatdown of a certain person who deserves it. Plus, speaking of deserving, a woman who deserves being a WWE Hall of Famer's name tonight, and a big return, which I kind of knew was going to happen. I think everyone knew he was going to come back one way or another besides Jericho, but I kind of expected he would get involved in the last segment. I'll just do this. Anyway, that's all I'm going to do. Alright, let's kick off our Raw review for tonight. Like I said, a mixed bag. It was more of a storyline building. I know it's after the Rumble and all, but it was a crappy Raw until the last hour. Especially that last segment paid off with a segment of, unfortunately, could lead towards a crappy WrestleMania match, which I kind of feared on my attack line today. But let's get on with the Raw review. We start off Raw with Raw Roulette sprinting by Vicky Guerrero to determine our first match for the night, which would be Randy Orton and Antonio Cesaro, and a special guest referee match. We would find out that referee, being very predictable, I kind of knew who it was. I have instincts, I kind of had a lot of instincts in me tonight that predicted stuff was going to happen and did happen. But after that spin, on with CM Punk coming out, furious, mad and frustrated over the, what he called the Phoenix Screwjob last night. Blabbing about like how he won the match, that he should have been the champ, that he would have won, blah, 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 that he should have won. The man had no justice to restart the match. So they got screwed harder than Bret Hart. He rarely hit. That was his own little pipe bomb for you. I've said on my review last week of Raw that I was kind of getting sick and tired of Punk as champion. His shtick's kind of like, I'm a big Punk guy, no matter how overrated people think he is. I like Punk. I've liked him for a while. He's got an ego. He deserves it somewhat because he thinks he's the best in the world. He's been champion for a long time. I'll give him credit for that, even though his title reign has been tainted by several interferences as of late by people like The Shield, Brad Maddox, and all that would come to tuition in our last segment tonight, which I knew for months and months. But I wouldn't call it a worse screw job than Montreal screw job. That was more realistic, more tragic because of the whole Bret Hart leaving thing. Punk almost got screwed 2 years ago when he was almost about to leave, and now he got screwed now. But it was kind of a screwy ending. I do agree with Punk. Yes, it was a screw job finish with Rock winning after the chairman restarted the match after Punk apparently, yes, he did win despite Shield's interference in the dark. But it's not as bad as the Montreal screw job. But anyway, of course, Punk, mad as hell, ready to trying to get a rematch against The Rock, or in his words, give The Rock a rematch. We would see if that would come to fruition later on in the evening. Now, on to that first match I was talking about, the only good match of the first hour, almost, because, like I said, the second hour went down the shit. As mentioned, Antonio Cesaro taking on Randy Orton. Non-title match, of course, with the U.S. champion. Vicky Guerrero spun the wheel. Raw Roulette, there was 3 wheels. Superstar wheel, Vicky's challenge wheel, and also the stipulation wheel. Stipulation wheel landed on the special guest referee, and I predicted it, and I was right. My instinct said that Miz is going to be the referee, and yes, Miz was the special guest referee for this matchup. Pretty decent matchup for the opening of Raw, especially these 2 guys wrestled in the Rumble. And Cesaro wrestled twice. He wrestled in the pre-show against the Miz, which made everyone kind of think Miz is going to be biased. Where he wasn't at first. He was calling down the middle in a decent matchup, kind of back and forth. Being an Orton matchup, Orton's kind of a boring wrestler, almost as boring and predictable as Cena. Orton did a decent job in this matchup. Cesaro looked very good in this matchup after Orton took the advantage early. Cesaro had the advantage, but then, of course, vintage Orton, or as we like to call it, the 3 moves of doom, with the DDT on the middle rope, and dominated all over the place. But indeed, Cesaro tried to come back with a poke in the eye And he was being ordered in the corner after poking him in the eye. Miz pushed him aside. Actually, Cesaro pushed Miz aside as Miz was trying to break it up. And then, of course, that's when Miz kind of got involved and became biased for when he distracted Cesaro long enough for Orton to come back, deliver the RKO. I kind of knew that was coming as well. 1, 2, 3. Orton defeats the United States Champion. And it wouldn't be the only champion to get pinned tonight, which I'll get to in a moment. After that, Cesaro was mad at Miz for him being screwed by the Miz. Screwing and a lot of stuff. Was a lot of words of the night there. Anyway, Miz eventually skull crush finale Cesaro after pretending to get him up after the RKO. So Miz and Cesaro's feud ain't over yet. I predict a rematch probably next week or at the Elimination Chamber for the United States Championship. Their feud ain't over by a long shot. So there you go. Randy Orton, with a little help from referee Miz, gets the win over Antonio Cesaro, the U.S. champ. I don't think Orton's going to feud with Cesaro. Is Orton ever going to turn heel? It's been rumored for months Orton's going to turn heel. It's been like 3 or 4 months now that they said Orton was going to turn heel. Is he finally going to turn heel, or did they push that aside for now since so many people are getting injured? So let's see if Orton will ever turn heel again. Anyway, on to one of numerous shitty segments. There's a lot of shitty segments, these stupid contest things. The first of which wasn't the dumbest, but not exactly. It was kind of funny. It was, of course, the Make Me Laugh contest involving the primetime players and Ryback, who told jokes. Dumb ones somewhat. But Titus did a joke about Matt Striker trying to hit on a woman. That was kind of weird and lame. And then Ryback told his joke, what has 4 eyes, 20 fingers, and will be unconscious. Well, it was eventually the primetime players. They got crap beat out of by Ryback. Darren went out of the ring at first and left Titus O'Neil to get the meat hook clothesline and the shell shock from Goldberg. I mean, Ryback, of course, a man who I believe his push is over. Yes, he's gotten big fan reception. I've said this before. Ryback's not ready yet, but he didn't deserve to get kind of screwed by John Cena last night by having Cena be the one to eliminate him last night in the Rumble. Of course, Super Ego Cena strikes again. Anyway, and Ryback, probably the funniest moment of this was in the shell shock Matt Striker, who deserves it because Matt Striker is a fucking douche. Striker deserves it because Striker's a douche. He's bigger douchebag than Michael Cole. Although I would like Michael Cole to get shell shocked too. Anyway, on the next contest, I mentioned that we had one champion pinned tonight, U.S. champion in non-title, which was, of course, Antonio Cesaro, and another champion being pinned in a non-title match, Wade Barrett. Now, Wade Barrett had the player's choice match, which means he could choose any opponent he wanted. So he picked Bo Dallas, the NXT rookie, who won a tournament to get into the Royal Rumble last night and pulled, like I said in my review last night, if you missed it, a Maven moment by eliminating Wade Barrett last night like Maven eliminated The Undertaker 11 years ago. So Wade Barrett was mad about Bo Dallas eliminating Barrett. I thought Barrett was having to be a big favorite to win it besides Ziggler. But of course, fuck Cena. Anyway, so Bo Dallas was challenged, and it seemed like a squash at first. As Bo Dallas was trying to fight, but of course Wade Barrett beat the crap out of Bo Dallas. And I thought, like I said, it was going to be a squasher as NXT's former NXT winner. That was kind of weird to have Wade Barrett, a former NXT winner, and of course Lito Nexus taking on another NXT winner. Anyway, Wade Barrett was ready to put the nail in Bo Dallas' coffin by delivering the bullhammer elbow. As he was ready to deliver that, Bo countered with a power slam and a 1-2-3 victory. Yes, Bo Dallas pinned the Intercontinental Champion. I kind of said it last night after he eliminated Wade last night that there's been rumors about Bo Dallas being chosen for this tournament to be in the Rumble because they want him on the main card, main roster. And apparently he is after eliminating Wade Barrett. He pinned him tonight. And I bet you Bo Dallas will probably feud with Barrett for the Intercontinental Championship for a couple of weeks or so. Probably next week or Elimination Chamber as well for that match possible. Or pre-show. Now, this is where Raw went downhill from here. In the pick your opponent wheel, Vicky Guerrero spun on who would face off against Cody Rhodes. And it was John Cena, of all people. No wonder why Cody Rhodes wanted to leave in early on. Because they didn't want to get squashed by Cena. Because everyone knows Super Cena was going to strike. And this was a squasher. Basically, Cena beat the crap out of Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes tried to escape, tried to run out. Cena chased after him. Here comes the 5 moves of doom. Final knuckle shuffle. F you. 1, 2, 3 victory. John Cena beats the crap out of Cody Rhodes. Going after momentum for winning the Royal Rumble last night. And of course, Cena, after that, he went on the mic. Talking about he won the Rumble. Undeservingly so, as I mentioned in my review. And my attack on today, I'm pissed. Still mad at, of all people, to win the Rumble, fucking Cena gets the win. Ego. Anyway, so Cena talked about who is he going to face for the championship. Would he face the World Heavyweight Championship? A championship he'd have a better chance of winning. Whether it's against Del Rio or Big Show, men he beat before for titles, or go for the WWE Championship against men he has no chance on winning against. Punk or Rock being one of 2 competitors. Well, basically, it would be The Rock eventually. So Cena's like, instead of making everyone wait for my decision, I'm making my decision right now. It took him a long time to choke out those ones that we all knew was going to be predictably so, the WWE Championship. So yes, Rock and Cena 2 is almost about to be declared. All we gotta do is make sure Rock defends the title safely at Elimination Chamber. But my favorite moment of Raw tonight was this moment. Probably a couple favorite moments of Raw tonight, despite being a shitty Raw after this match between Cena and Cody, which ended up being a squash. Cena made his decision. The Shield came out and beat the crap out of Cena. Deserved. Not, as you see in my reviews, I'm not the biggest fan of the Shield now. The stick's gotten old. But the Shield is all about the injustice. Well, Cena deserved it. Cena deserved his ass beat by the Shield. Because it was injustice that motherfucking piece of dog shit asshole John Cena won the Royal Rumble last night. He fucking deserved that beating. You know what I mean? He deserved to get his ass whipped by the Shield. You know, Shield's all about avenging injustice, and that wasn't injustice. Cena winning last night. Basically, the Shield beat Cena for everybody who Cena screwed out of winning the Rumble last night. That his ego got the best of him, and he had to win the Rumble instead of any young guy like Barrett or Ziggler. Anyway, despite people saying they're not stalls enough yet. Anyway, as Shield's beating down Cena, here comes Sheamus and Ryback trying to help out Cena, but they got their asses beat too. Sheamus being nailed against the steel post, and Ryback getting nailed against the steel steps, and Cena getting triple powerbomb. Like I said, despite my hatred for the Shield, when it comes to the Shield storyline of injustices, that was an injustice last night that Cena won the Rumble, and it was well-deserved ass beating for Cena. So, Cena, fuck you, he deserved it. Anyway, on to our next match. Now, this is when Raw went down fucking hill. The silly segments continue. This is probably the stupidest fucking segment in the world, and I feel bad for Tenzai. They spun the wheel again for another match, which was a lingerie pillow fight. Be like, yay, Divas, TV14 style. Oh, put a screen, Tenzai, yeah! But then, of course, Vicky knows that no one wants to see Tenzai and Bonus in their lingerie. So they spun the wheel again for a dance contest, which made Tenzai act more like a fucking fool. But Tenzai didn't know. He thought it was still a lingerie match. He dressed up in his lingerie. Like I said, I feel so bad for Albert. He's become a fucking joke. He came in like a freaking monster, dominating, and he lost his Akimoto guy. And ever since then, he became a fucking joke. I would not be surprised if he will be featured in Devon by the end of the year and go back to New Japan and become a monster again and dominate like in Japan like he could have in WWE instead of being a joke. And this dance contest was a fucking joke. Even though Tenzai did take it all in stride. You know, I'll give Tenzai credit for taking this all in stride by trying to dance it out despite being a fucking embarrassment again. And it's being well-deserved. It was well-deserved that Juan Simmons said, damn, that was deserved. Anyways, there you go. Like I said, this is when Raw went downhill. Stupid segments like that dominated the rest of the second hour after Cena getting his ass beat by the Shield. Following that laughable, shitty contest between Tenzai and Brodus Clay in a dance contest, we had a body slam contest. That was a fucking joke. That was a spin on the wheel by Alberto Del Rio. It was basically turned into, a body slam contest went from that to a knockout contest, as Big Show knocked out Alberto to begin with and decided to beat the crap out of Ricardo Rodriguez, wanting revenge after what happened last night. Of course, last man standing match for the WWE World title. Big Show got tied up on the ropes with duct tape by Ricardo Rodriguez as Alberto was putting on the cross-arm breaker. After nailing Big Show's arm on a steel chair with his arm on the steel steps as well. Double the steel. Well, Big Show wanted revenge by tying Alberto's arm on the rope with duct tape, and as Alberto watched helplessly duct taped to see Big Show beat the crap out of Ricardo Rodriguez, apparently Big Show and Alberto's feud ain't over yet. So, like I said, this was a stupid segment, kind of building up. It was more like a storyline building night tonight, you know. Not a lot of action tonight, not a lot of matches, but when it comes to storyline building, you saw the feud between Miz and Cesaro continue on with the storyline with Miz screwing Cesaro out of his match against Randy Orton. You saw the storyline between Alberto and Big Show continue by Big Show getting revenge with tying Alberto up on the rope with duct tape while Alberto had to watch helplessly to see Ricardo Rodriguez get the crap beat out of him. I expect a rematch, probably at the Rumble. Not the Rumble, but the Elimination Chamber. They said that Booker T was saying the future of the title on SmackDown, so we'll see what happens if Big Show gets another shot or not for the title, which he probably will. Now on to another stupid match segment. God, like I said, this second hour sucked. It got worse. We found out the next match after Cody Rhodes and Cena was like 40 minutes in between matches, but it was a Divas match of all things. It was a Lumberjill match between Caitlyn and Tamina, a match that was supposed to take place in the Rumble last night, but got cut by time screens. Thank God, especially if it was this Lumberjill match. Silly, stupid, broke down. The Lumberjills fought basically a no contest after the Lumberjills got involved in the ring. It was a stupid ending. Silly match, stupid Divas match, no winner. Let's move on. That was shitty. Like I said, second hour was the worst fucking hour. If we end the second shitty hour with The Rock coming out to indeed celebrate that finally he is the WWE champion. Now I'm a Rock guy. You know, we've been seeing my Raw reviews about the last 2 years since Rock's been back. I'm a Rock guy. You know, I love The Rock. He's probably one of my favorite guys besides Stone Cold Steve Austin. But, you know, now that he's a movie star, now it just comes and goes. You know, it's weird to see him as WWE champion. It's hard to cheer him on. Especially now that he's probably going to wrestle Cena. Well, like I said, that's after Rock gets through CM Punk. Now, during his segment, making fun of CM Punk yet again, almost being as entertaining as he always is, but not as entertaining as in the past. Punk interrupted the party like he was going to, like he said during his opening promo. He said, Rock, I owe you a rematch, not the opposite, because I won the match. I got screwed, blah, 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 blah. So indeed, Rock and Punk rematch is revealed for the Elimination Chamber. That means there won't be an Elimination Chamber match for the WWE Championship. It'll be a one-on-one match between Rock and Punk. Or maybe 2-on-1, 3-on-1. Especially with an impending return tonight, which I mentioned. Anyway, so there you go. Rock and Punk revealed for the Elimination Chamber. I thought they weren't going to announce anything for that, but they did. So that means my prediction is they will have an Elimination Chamber match, but it will be to determine the number one contender for the world title. Since Cena now says that he will face the WWE Champion, The Rock, at WrestleMania, that means the world title is no number one contender. That's probably why Booker T is going to say the future of the world title on SmackDown and probably declare that indeed there will be an Elimination Chamber match at the pay-per-view to determine who will face the world champion at WrestleMania. Whoever it will be, either will be Big Show or Butter. That's why I think they're going to have that thing with Booker T announcing the future of the world title. So there you go. Rock Punk 2 revealed, but probably as bad as the first one. And I'm not looking forward to Rock winning it, especially Rock. I would like to see Rock, Punk, and Cena in a triple threat, but Rock, Cena too, it's like, you know, I said it last night, I'll say it again. It's not fucking deserved. We don't want that, man. We loved it last year. We don't want to see the whole thing again. We know the rematch ain't going to be as good as the first one. So, there you go. Now, after that segment, like I said, on with a first real match since Cody and Cena, since the Divas match doesn't count. Tables match between Sheamus and Damien Sandow. Yes, surprisingly, Sheamus did make it despite getting his butt whipped by the Shield. His shoulder was still hurting after being whammed against the steel post. But he fought pretty well in a decent matchup against Damien Sandow. Pretty good matchup. These two have had great matches in the past. A couple months back, they had a good match. And Tables match was actually pretty dang lengthy and brutal and kind of back and forth. They used tables pretty well as a weapon for being a TVPG tables match. And it was kind of back and forth match, and it was kind of pretty exciting for being a War match after the Royal Rumble, especially after a shitty second hour of silly, shitty segments, which unfortunately never ended. After this match, there was one more shitty segment to go through. And unfortunately, it involved Zack Ryder, unfortunately. Anyway, Sheamus and Sandow had a great tables match. Pretty back and forth action. Great, decent action. And despite his elbow hurting and being weakened by Sandow throughout the match by getting whammed against the post again and being whammed against the table, Sheamus came flying back by delivering the chops and indeed delivered the white noise onto Sandow on a table. 1, 2, 3 victory through the table by Sheamus. Despite being weakened with his arm weakened by the Shield, Sheamus fought it off to beat Damian Sandow in a decent tables matchup. Now on to another shitty segment, which was a karaoke contest. God. I like Zack Ryder too. You see me on here with my Zack Ryder shirt and all. Man, I felt ashamed to be a Zack Ryder fan tonight with this silly segment involving him and Great Khali in a karaoke contest. Khali tried to sing. I saw him sing Happy Birthday to Cena once. By the way, Happy Birthday, Sheamus. Today was Sheamus' birthday. Anyway, I wonder if Great Khali is going to sing to Sheamus off air like I saw him sing to Cena off air when I was at Raw back in April in Detroit. Anyway, Khali tried to sing Shawn Michaels' theme song, and then three of the bad singers there came out trying to crash the party. Basically got the butts whipped by Zack Ryder and Khali. Kind of another stupid segment. I'm sorry. Like I said, that's why Raw kind of sucked tonight from the second hour on, although third hour made up for it, despite more shitty segments. So, there you go. Now on to Chris Jericho. Now, Chris Jericho returned last night at the Rumble. I was very surprised to see him back. Speaking of part-time, where a lot of people were mad about him taking this, but Jericho coming back because he wants to take someone else's spot. Or you could take Cena's spot. Anyway, Jericho came out saying he's back. Basically, Jericho's back to the Y2J gimmick, the one gimmick we know and love. Last year, Chris Jericho came back. I didn't like his comeback last year. It was poorly executed despite a great match with Punk at WrestleMania and Over the Limit in Extreme Rules last year. Two great matches with Punk last year. And a decent match with Dolph Ziggler to end his career until he came back. Speaking of that, that's when Ziggler came out. I think Jericho's promos were more funny than Rock's promos for the last 3 weeks. I said it. I thought Jericho's promo tonight was almost as funny as Rock's promos for the last 3 weeks. Probably more funnier than Rock's promos for the last 3 weeks. Anyway, making fun of AJ. Although I wish he would have said, shut the hell up. Although he did do that. War with Jericho and never, ever be the same again. And as Jericho and Ziggler argued, Vicky Guerrero said, I was the one that signed Jericho back on contract after AJ helped Ziggler. Well, that's when AJ was general manager when Ziggler faced off Jericho to terminate Jericho's contract back in August. Anyway, Vicky sprung a wheel for a match. Strange Bedfellows match. Between Jericho and Ziggler would have to be a team. Instead of being a match against each other, they had to team up against another Strange Bedfellow team that had a little bit of tension from last night's Royal Rumble. The WWE Tag Team Champions, Team Hell No, Daniel Bryan and Kane, who of course eliminated each other. As Daniel Bryan eliminated Kane last night, and Kane kind of helped Daniel Bryan be eliminated. As Daniel Bryan was being eliminated by Antonio Cesaro, Kane caught him, and Daniel Bryan was trying to make Kane put him back in the apron to not be eliminated. Instead, Kane dropped him. Their problems continued on, and Dolph Ziggler and Jericho's problems started with surface too. As Ziggler got in first and refused to tag in Jericho as he was being double teamed by Kane and Daniel Bryan. But then Jericho blind tagged himself in and beat the crap out of Kane for a little bit. After Daniel Bryan, I would love to see those two wrestle. Daniel Bryan and Jericho in a match. That would be a great matchup. That's another dream matchup besides Jericho and Punk and Bryan. Anyway, Jericho delivered all his moves until Kane got in and got inadvertently whammed into Daniel Bryan. The argument continued. Jericho blind tagged Ziggler in. Ziggler was put in after Jericho hit Kane, and Jericho tagged Ziggler in, and Kane thought it was Ziggler because he didn't see who hit him. So he took it out on Ziggler. Ziggler got chokeslammed. 1-2-3 victory for Daniel Bryan and Kane, despite the argument continue. And of course, losing the Rumble, and of course, graduated from anger management last week. So there you go with that. Now, before our last segment, the WWE Hall of Fame announced the third inductee for the class of 2013. Of course, Mick Foley's in, Bob Backlund's in, and we have the fifth diva to be inducted to the Hall of Fame. 4 of the divas have been inducted. Sherry, Moolah, who are both dead, by the way, sad. Mae Young, Sunny, and the fifth diva to be ever be inducted to the WWE Hall of Fame, and well, freaking deserved in who I met. Now I can say I met 5 WWE Hall of Famers. Trish Stratus, well freaking deserved. Probably in my mind, the greatest WWE Diva of all time. 6-time former WWE Divas champion. 4-time Babe of the Year. Probably the sexiest diva of all time. I got to meet her. So that means, along with Edge, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Ric Flair, and Mick Foley, Trish is my 5th WWE Hall of Famer that I met. So, yeah. Edge, Flair, Austin, Foley, and Trish. That's my 5 WWE Hall of Famers that I've met and Shawn Michaels, sorry, 6. 6 WWE Hall of Famers. So I met Shawn, Austin, Flair, Edge, Trish, and Foley. 2 of this year's inductees. So I met 6 WWE Hall of Famers now, with Trish being in, and well freaking deserved and way overdue. Congrats to Trish. Well deserved to be in the WWE Hall of Fame. I wonder who's going to induct her. I hope Lita's next. But I love Trish, and she deserves it. So congrats to you, Trish. Now on to our last segment, the job review of Paul Heyman. Vince claimed that there would be a job review tonight. Forgot to mention that during Punk's segment. Vince came out and said that Paul Heyman would have a job review tonight, and he found footage that would prove once and for all what I've been saying for months. That Paul Heyman is indeed behind Brad Maddox and behind The Shield. Paul tried to say that I've always lied about everything. Lied to promoters because I'm a promoter. Promoters have to lie about everything to save their lives. But I'm not lying this time that I'm not involved in Shield. Well, the lying stopped there. As Vince McMahon pulled this footage. A couple weeks ago, we saw Brad Maddox try to talk to Paul Heyman. And he did. Well, we saw the footage that wasn't seen on Raw that night. As Paul said, yes, he was involved in bringing Brad Maddox into WWE to screw Ryback and Hell in a Cell. Yes, he paid off the Shield. Yes, the Shield is involved. Yes, Paul Heyman is involved with the Shield. We've known that. I think I predicted that for months. That sooner or later, this whole thing will all blow up, and Paul Heyman will be chided out and revealed as the mastermind behind Maddox and the Shield. And he admitted that he paid Maddox and the Shield for everything, and the Shield even beat up Paul Heyman. So as Vince McMahon was ready to fire Paul Heyman after seeing that footage, I kind of thought this too. That I was watching that, I was like, I would not be surprised if Brock Lesnar comes out, because I thought Brock Lesnar was going to return last night since the Shield was banned from interfering. I thought Lesnar was going to interfere, and I was bitching about WWE for not doing that, for not adding more surprises. But indeed, as Paul Heyman was about to hear the words, "You're fired," here comes Brock Lesnar. Despite the fact I kind of bitched on my attack line today about Brock Lesnar probably coming back to face off Triple H again after the shitty SummerSlam match, Brock Lesnar came back tonight, and he's, speaking of a guy who quit, is it kind of ironic that tonight Jericho and Brock Lesnar, who both quit after SummerSlam, came back in the same week? Plus, the comebacks last year were poorly executed. I think Jericho's comeback this year was better than last year's comeback, and hopefully Brock Lesnar's comeback this year is better than last year's comeback. It was poorly executed after a great start. It kind of went downhill, especially at SummerSlam. But anyway, Brock Lesnar came in and F5'd Vince McMahon to end War. They'll probably fuel Triple H's fire. You know, Triple H said he was going to retire and all, but I bet you when Brock Lesnar F''d Vince McMahon, it'll be the catalyst and the setup for the possible Triple H Brock Lesnar rematch at WrestleMania that's going to probably suck. Despite being excited about Brock Lesnar's return, that was a big surprise that I think everyone knew what's going to happen. And it did happen. Brock Lesnar came back tonight, F''d Vince McMahon, of course, F5 Vince McMahon, I'm sorry. It probably sets up a possible match between him and Triple H at Mania. So we got that match probably set. Rock and Cena made for Mania probably after Rock defeats CM Punk at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. And possibly an Elimination Chamber match at the pay-per-view involving the world title situation about who will face the world champion, whoever that will be at WrestleMania. Alright, that is it for my Raw review for tonight. Thank you all very much for watching. With that in mind, you've been attacked by the review from Zach. Thank you all very much. See you later. Yeah.